Problem number 4. Suppose we have a substrate like this. Now this NH2 minus is amide anion and this is a base. So this is going to carry out elimination reaction, we understand, by the reagent. Now elimination reaction, there is a leaving group also we can cite, so there will be no problem in elimination reaction. There's two beta position. One of the position is this, another position is this, beta 1, beta 2. Let's name this. This carbon is alpha carbon because this is directly attached with chlorine, the leaving group. Now we can attempt to carry out elimination from both the positions. If we carry out elimination from beta 1, now in the beginning of this theory of E2, we have seen one of the stringent condition for E2 to occur is CH bond and the bond of carbon and leaving group must be anti-planar, anti-periplanar to each other. That means this dash and this shaded lines means this chlorine, if we have this cyclohexane in the plane of the board, then this chlorine is below the plane and this methyl is above the plane. Alright, since chlorine is below the plane, we want a hydrogen above the plane, then only it will be anti-periplanar. Right, now let's cite at this beta, this beta carbon, this carbon seems to be making 2 bonds, carbon makes 4 bonds, so there are 2 more bonds of carbon and those 2 bonds are hydrogen. Whenever the valency of atoms are not seems to be fulfilled, they are always fulfilled by hydrogen. This is a general understanding. Now there will be this carbon being sp3 hybridized, it would be like this. One of the hydrogen will be above the plane, one of the hydrogen will be below the plane. So that's how there will be sp3 hybridization. Now this chlorine is below the plane. There will be one hydrogen above the plane, one hydrogen below the plane. So the hydrogen which is above the plane, that will be anti-parallel to the chlorine because chlorine is below the plane. So from this beta position, there is one hydrogen which is anti-parallel to chlorine that can participate in elimination reaction. Alright, so elimination can take place from beta 1 position. Let's see at beta 2. In beta 2 we have methyl above the plane. So there are 3 bonds of this carbon, there will be a 4th bond. That 4th bond will be with hydrogen. Since methyl is above the plane, so the hydrogen will be below the plane. Now hydrogen is below the plane and chlorine is below the plane as well. So this chlorine and hydrogen becomes parallel, but they were supposed to be anti-parallel. So when they are parallel, then the anti-bonding will be on the other side. So the electronic transition from this bond cannot take place into the opposite side anti-bonding. So elimination cannot take place, rather to be specific, E2 cannot take place from beta 2 position. So even you have a second beta position, but due to the stringency of the orientation of CH bond and the bond of carbon and leaving group is not satisfied, that's why elimination from beta position will not take place. Rather elimination will take place only from beta 1 position. Okay, so there seems to be 2 beta positions, but there is only one possible product, and that possible product will be a pi bond on this position. Right, in exam in multiple choice they can give a pi bond on this position, but that will be wrong product, that cannot be found for the reason we understand very well, don't we? Right, this will be the major product, this will be the only product in fact. So extending this idea of orientation, let's solve another problem. This is the substrate. and we have alcoholic OH minus, we have a base, so elimination reaction is impending. So elimination reaction will occur. So for elimination reaction to occur, base have to go and abstract hydrogen from beta position. Now this is the leaving group. Leaving group is attached to this carbon, so this carbon becomes alpha carbon. Carbon attached to alpha carbon will be beta carbon. There are two carbons attached to this carbon. One of the carbon is this becomes beta. Let's name this as beta 1. Another carbon attached to this carbon is this carbon. Let's name this as beta 2, right? Hydrogen attached to beta carbon are beta hydrogen. So there are two beta hydrogens here. There's one beta hydrogen here. So there are three contestant hydrogen to participate in this elimination reaction. So as such, theoretically or prima facie, this base can come and abstract these three possible hydrogens. But when we look into the condition of anti-parallelity, then we will discover that actually only one hydrogen can go and participate in the reaction. Now this CCl bond, now you must have a little bit of feeling of how this structure is. Now this is the chair form of a cyclohexane, and you have a methyl and chlorine group attached to that cyclohexane, but this is a chair form of the cyclohexane. The chair form, the comfortable chair where the one you have in beaches, you sit here, you lean on this and you put a leg on this, that's kind of structure this is, right? Now this chlorine is downward, right? This hydrogen is upward, this chlorine is downward, this hydrogen is actually outward. Now this chlorine is downward, that means anti-bonding will be somewhere here, right? If CH bond is parallel to this anti-bonding, then electronic wave from that CH bond can go into this anti-bonding. Now this hydrogen is coming outward, so the anti-bonding will be somewhere in the plane, right? So these two will be perpendicular. This is in the plane of this part of the chair where you will sit. This is perpendicular because chlorine is downward, so this anti-bonding will be perpendicular. So actually this anti-bonding is perpendicular and this anti-bonding is in the plane. So they are perpendicular to each other. So this hydrogen, if I name it as H1, H2 and H3, because these two are at the beta position, only we have to consider these three hydrogen. Other hydrogen we cannot participate in elimination. Elimination occurring only from beta position. So we are considering only beta hydrogens. So this anti-bonding is perpendicular, right? So what we want is we want CH bond parallel to this anti-bonding. Now this CH bond is like this. So they are perpendicular to each other. So H2 cannot be abstracted. If we abstract H1, now this H1 will be tilted. The orientation of H1 in the space will be like this. So H1 is almost parallel to anti-bonding. It's not completely parallel, but it is almost parallel. So since it is almost parallel to anti-bonding, then the electronic transition from the bond of carbon and H1 will be possible into the anti-bonding where in case of CH3, the CH3 is in the downward direction. Again, the orientation of these two will be like this. So they are oblique to each other and the angle is considerably away from 0 degree. So the electronic wave of this bond cannot go into this anti-bonding. So actually H3 and H2 cannot participate in elimination reaction. It will be only H1 that will participate in elimination reaction. So this criteria, this condition, this stringency of orientation is very much required for E2 to take place. So considering this spatial orientation of different atoms, we will decide which hydrogen is actually going to participate. If you don't have a anti-parallel CH bond, then you will not have E2 elimination. So the product would be you eliminate H1 and correspondingly we draw a alkene. Right? Rest of the groups will be attached as it is. So this will be the product. This will be the only product. This will be the major product. You will not have elimination from other beta position.